Hello again, Scruffy. So, Scruffy's been avoiding me for the last hour. I wanted to water the garden again because I've been worried about my plants dying. And yeah, we're on the last day of a heat wave. So, I've been watering for the last hour-ish. And yeah, Scruffy's been avoiding me the entire time. Did not like me being out there one bit. So he'd see me and he'd run away. Isn't that right? Figured being close to dinner, he'd be a little more agreeable. But no. And as I was going back in, he ran away. But after I came back in, then he came back to the door. So, you're a weird cat. You know that? So he's really quiet. Not a single meow. Okay, well, I want to feed you and get this over with. So, I'm going to bring out the food, okay? So I have your mini pate super supper with chicken skin and kibble. Sound good? Okay, bringing out the food. There's that hiss. I think you'd be used to me by now, especially since I've been coming in I've been out in the yard for the last hour. Okay, so I'm going to change the water. Okay. And so we got flying in the water today. Okay, so put new water in, and then I'm going to sit in the chair. Okay, so my gloves down. Okay, came right to the glove. You didn't go 4 times further away from me this time. So I don't know why you're so scared of me. Right before dinner, and then you want pets. Can you be a little braver? So I didn't, forgot to mention this yesterday. So I was, when I was walking to the park for my walk, I saw that stray cat that hangs out in front of the house where the woman feeds them. And she happened to be coming out of the house, and she had her dog with her. So the dog was on a leash, and she was coming out of the house, and the cat, always lies on the kind of the porch step, waiting, I guess, to be fed. And so it was interesting because, as she was coming out, the cat was really happy to see her, and I think probably the dog too. So, I would think, a stray cat or a feral cat would be, afraid of everything and be terrified of seeing a dog and, run away. But this cat, walked right up to her and, was arching his back to be pet, and had no fear of the dog, and that was a love bite there. There's Scruffy here. Can't even look at him without him fleeing in terror. unless it's dinner time, and then he's only partially terrified. So I got the wrong cat. So I don't know what's wrong with Scruffy. I think he's broken. So I see all these other cats on YouTube and how friendly they are and how they perform to get attention from people and meals. And actually just saw an old video on YouTube. I think it's like 11 years old or something like that. But a cat was faking a leg injury to get in the house. So the cat was limping, and it was its left front foot. It was holding up, trying to not walk on it, trying to convince the people to let it in the house and feed it. And then after the cat got in the house, the cat started walking normally. And then when they gave it the food bowl, the cat started walking normally to get to the food. Scruffy's not that smart. So today is the last day of the heat wave, and it actually cooled down a little bit today, so we didn't get the full force of predicted heat today. It actually started cooling down a little early, so that was actually really nice. So it was actually kind of a nice day. Still on a little warm side, but it was, in isolation, it was actually a really nice day. So I went for my bike ride late in the afternoon. So the UV index actually wasn't as bad today, so I could go a little bit earlier. Still late afternoon, but the index was the best it's been in like a week. And it was a little cooler today, so the heat wasn't nearly as bad. So I went up the exposed mountainside, climbed number 1 today. But I think I'm feeling lethargic today. I'm just lazy. So I think my timing was off. So I did my cheat meal. Let's see, I think when the heat wave was still kind of peaking. And it was also the day where I was doing my interval run, so my workout was calorically not as heavy as my regular other days, because you run really intensely on the intervals, but you don't run for as long. So it's like half a workout time-wise. And then I had a recovery day the following day. And then we've had the massive heat, so I didn't want to do anything. And so today it was kind of hard to get back into it. It's like I don't want to do anything. It's still hot. Still tired. Okay, I think we're about ready, Scruffy, huh? You're really quiet today, you know that? Okay, so let's get your food. Oh, there's that meow. Okay. So I'm gonna brush you. So as I was walking through the garden, saw all sorts of different pieces of fallen off fur from Scruffy all over the deck and on the ground. Yeah, he's shedding like crazy. So there's a piece. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I should clean it up. Because, yeah, that dreadlock's actually still on the ground. I haven't picked it up yet. I think a cat lives here or something. There's like cat fur everywhere. I think I have a cat. Okay, let's switch brushes. A raccoon. I think Scruffy looks a little like a raccoon. Maybe the coloring and just the messy fur. Also the size. Scruffy's kind of small. Compared to like Boots. So maybe it could be a raccoon size. Okay, I'm done brushing. So let's see, my bicycle ride. I didn't see that many animals. It has been because it was getting late. There were a reasonable amount of people out today. It was, it's still not busy like it was before the pandemic, but people were actually out today, so that was nice to see. There was actually one busy part of the trail. I think it was just coincidence. It wasn't because there were a lot of people. It was just they're all kind of clustered together for some reason. And so I was using my bell on my bicycle to alert people I was coming through. So I was like ringing it every 10-15 seconds for one segment just because there's such a cluster of people. See on the road out. So I did see pretty gruesome and sad snake roadkill. So I'm pretty sure there was a snake on the ground. It looked a little gory. So I think, yeah, it was kind of a smallish, medium-ish sized snake. And yeah, I think it was kind of in the shadows of a tree. So I think, yeah, probably a car hit it. And the car probably never even saw it. I actually didn't even see it until I was like right on top of the snake. And yeah, kind of was alarmed. I was like, what is that? Oh, crap, I think it's a snake. And then I'm already like on top of it, not actually riding on top of it, but I'm like, kind of passing right next to it, and then realizing it's kind of coiled up, and yes, it looks like there was blood and kind of gore, and yeah, I think it was just it's just dead, and it was not easily seen just because it was in the shadows on the road. A couple birds of prey, black ones, circling. circling the valley. A couple small birds. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, I did see a. It's just down, down the street from here in my neighborhood. I was riding my bike and I saw a big giant bird swoop at a very small little bird, above, basically above the street, in the residential area. So, the giant bird missed, so the little bird got away. So it's not something I see around here that often. So anyway, I got home and it was about 45 minutes to dinner for Scruffy here. And because, I've been worried about my trees dying and some of my other plants dying, I figured probably be a good time to water them. So today's the last day of the heat wave. It's, late afternoon, it's going down. And so I watered them right before the heat wave started. So figured it'd be a good time, good end cap. Try to keep these plants alive. So that's why I came out. And Scruffy was hiding under, or I think, sleeping under the table I brought out for my sun oven. And he saw me from a distance because I was here, turning on the hose. And he didn't like me being out here, so he ran. So he ran off the deck and hid from me. And then occasionally I'd see him pop back up on the deck when I was out in the garden. And then I saw him, and then he ran away again. And then finally, as I was finishing up with the garden and turn off the hose, I had to come back here, and Scruffy was back on the deck, and he didn't like me being back on the deck, and so he's running away from me on the deck. But he kept running to places on the deck where I needed to go, so I had to keep making him run away again. And then finally went in the house, and then he was back in the kitchen, and then looking out the kitchen window, he was back here waiting for dinner. So he doesn't have much in terms of manners. I think he'd be a little nicer and friendlier to the person who keeps feeding him. He's getting extra chicken skin tonight. So, the chicken I made, package had 3 chicken thighs in it. So I mentioned before, it's kind of a random crapshoot about how many thighs I get in a package. These are like these big giant packages I buy from Costco, and they're like segmented, so you cut off a small package from a bigger package. Because they sell you a big giant set of chicken thighs, and then each sub package has somewhere between, I think, 3 and 7 thighs in it, in my experience. And so tonight, or the other night, I only got 3 this time. So there were 3 pieces of chicken skin. So I gave him half of one thigh that first night. That's the one he stole, carried off. And then for the remaining 2.5 chicken skins, I cut them up in little pieces, and I've been dishing them out into his food the past couple nights. So I'll keep doing that. So I think I have at least 3 more nights worth of chicken skin to dish out. Considering how hot it's been, he actually has not been drinking that much water. Well, he's taking a good drink tonight. So I still haven't seen him sleeping on the chair. I did catch him this morning on the big table, resting. Looked like he was awake. He didn't stay on the table that long, though. He was only there, I think, for less than an hour. I saw him it was late morning. He's on the table. I think he was looking in a certain direction. He didn't notice me. And I filmed him shortly, and then came back, and I think he was actually asleep when I came back. It's maybe 20 minutes later. And then I came back, I think less than an hour later, he was already gone. So I guess that's it for tonight, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.